What's up, guys? Happy Monday morning to all of you. It is Monday, December 30th, I believe. We are headed into the week leading into 2025, which is always fun. We are not starting at the office today because I have errands I have to run. I have to run by our commercial bank and talk to our commercial banker, have to get some checks, all of those type of things. And so out on the road today, but I wanted to pick you guys up and kind of give something I was thinking about. So if you know the story of why I started Bison Insurance, I was working at a bank and had to work crazy hours. It was awful. I always knew I wanted to own my own business. Long story short, the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back was I had to work Christmas Eve until 6. I had to be back the day after Christmas at like 8 a.m. I missed a bunch of family Christmas parties and stuff, and my wife and I had just gotten married, maybe a year before that, and I was super bummed out and kept thinking that, hey, if we're gonna have kids and we're gonna have a family, I do not want to be a dad who's always working, right? And so that's one of the reasons I started Bison Insurance. And then I look back at last week, right? And I worked Christmas Eve. I worked the day after Christmas. I worked the Saturday, this last Saturday, the weekend of Christmas. And so it's funny to me how whenever you are working towards something that you're truly passionate about, something that, is yours, this business is my baby. I started it 3 years ago with zero clientele and zero revenue, and we've grown it to, 200 plus clients and $100,000 plus in revenue. And we're in kind of a skid right now. We're in a low spot for Bison Insurance in a sense of we're not having a crazy good month. But whenever you're working towards something that you're truly passionate about, it doesn't matter. You'll put all the time and effort in that's needed. Because the last time I had to work going into Christmas was, at the bank, and it was awful, and I told myself I would never do it again. But when you're working towards something that, is truly like a legacy building business for your family, it's no problem. So I just was thinking about that. I was talking to someone kind of talking about our plans for the future and where I've come from, and I was telling them about the bank thing, and then I started thinking about the funny fact of that I did the exact same thing this last week and didn't even think twice about it because it's my business, and when it's your business, you don't mind putting in those extra hours. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you guys had a great Christmas. We're gonna work Monday and Tuesday. I'll work on New Year's Day. I'll probably work half a day or something like that. And then we're gonna start out 2025 really strong. I know our pipeline is really, really full right now, and so we are going to be kicking off 2025 with a bang. I want to talk to you guys a little bit later in the video about goals and goal setting and those type of things. I have some things I kind of want to set up for 2025, but as for now, that's all I've got. We'll catch you guys up when we start the camera back up. Just got home. This is what I walk home to. All right, guys. That's a fun thing to walk home to, seeing my boys and my beautiful wife outside playing. I did not film much this afternoon in the office because I was just getting my teeth kicked in over and over. Fire after fire was popping up, and I was just having to deal with it and kind of work through the issues. I thought I had a guy closed on a policy and talked to him for, 15, 20 minutes. And he was like, man, I love this policy. It looks great. Can't do it right now. My wife's out of town and I got to make a decision with her. So those are always somewhat frustrating, but I can tell you, pulling in the driveway and seeing my boys riding scooters and just having the time of their lives really helps put things into perspective. I thank God every single day for them and my wife, because without them, I don't know, I probably would be doing something different, just because of the fact that it's tough at times, right? And when it's tough, it's you always got to look back on those things that the reasons why you started. I know I say that in every video, but we're in a rough month. And so in these rough months, I have to use outside motivation because there's no motivation of sales and there's no motivation of, increasing the business. And so you have to use those outside motivations like that, like your wife and your kids and family and your reasons why to pursue things. So that's a wrap for today. We'll pick you guys back up tomorrow. I want to kind of talk about the status of the business, where we're at. I want to give a monthly update in these vlogs, and we're coming up on the end of the first month that we've been doing these, and so gonna just give a monthly update, kind of, hey, this is where we're at, this is what the business looks like, and then these are things maybe we can improve on for the next month. Also later this week, I want to talk about goals. I have 3 main goals that I'm kind of setting for myself and my family and my business for this next year, and so gonna set them quarterly, and so we'll kind of be able to track those and follow along on the progress throughout the video. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow at the office. Morning, guys. It is Tuesday morning, about 5:45 in the morning. I am actually headed to try something new. There is a local jiu-jitsu gym that has a 6 a.m. class that I'm giving a try. I've wanted to try it for a long time, but have been kind of nervous too, just because it's new. And I don't like being in a room where I don't, kind of have control of the situation, or know much information about what I'm walking into, which is exactly what this is. But I think it's good to try new things and push your boundaries and kind of get out of your comfort zone. And so I'll let you guys know how this goes when I get out of this class in just about an hour. All right, guys, just got finished up with my very first jiu-jitsu class. Super fun. Feels like you're drinking out of a water hose because there's so much information to take in and try to learn. But I'm excited to try to give it a try. It actually kind of leads into one of my goals that I'm going to talk about later for the year. But I really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to sign up. I'll probably go twice a week for right now in the mornings, and then maybe try to sprinkle in some night classes after we kind of get used to going. I think it'll be a good thing to start, and also it's great exercise, so not a bad thing to do either. So we'll catch you guys up in about an hour or so at the office. Every great achievement begins with a decision, the decision to start. But starting isn't enough. Goals without plans are just dreams. And dreams, while inspiring, don't build futures. If you want to succeed, you need more than ambition. You need clarity, strategy, and commitment. It all begins with your vision. Where do you want to go? What does success look like for you? Not just for today, but 5, 10, and 20 years from now. Define it. Write it down. A goal without a definition is like a ship without a compass. You'll drift endlessly, never reaching the shore. Once you have a vision, it's time to map out the journey. Break it down into smaller, actionable steps. What do you need to accomplish this week, this month, this year? Planning transforms overwhelming dreams into achievable milestones. But even the best plans require action. The road to success is paved with effort, consistency, and resilience. There will be challenges, moments when doubt creeps in, when progress feels painfully slow, or when the temptation to quit feels overwhelming. These moments are tests. Success doesn't belong to the smartest or most talented. It belongs to the most relentless. The ones who show up when it's hard, the ones who show up and choose discipline over excuses. And remember, success is never a straight line. It's a series of rises and falls, of wins and losses. Learning from setbacks, adapt your plan, and keep moving forward. Because every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. So set the goal, make the plan, take the action, and when it feels tough, remind yourself why you started. The future you're dreaming of isn't far away. It's on just the other side of consistency and effort. Alrighty, guys. Just wanted to jump on here real quick and end out the vlog with a little bit of goal talk. I mentioned it earlier in the video. This has kind of been, I'm sure, a short video just because of how the week has played out. I can tell you one thing, I'm so excited to get back to just normal routine. These 2 weeks have been kind of rough just with the holidays and being in and out of the office a lot more. So I'm ready to get back to it starting Monday. I'll be back working 5 days a week, all those things. That makes me very excited as someone who likes my routine, likes to kind of do the same stuff every day. Being back in the office is very exciting to me. So I wanted to kind of just talk over the goals for 2025 for Bison Insurance and myself. I wrote them down on a sticky note. and I'm going to find a different way to track them. I've in the past done really good about tracking goals. I've in the past done really bad about tracking goals. One thing I've noticed is that whenever I do pretty good, it's very simple. When I do bad, I try to make it too complex, like track things every day, all those things. That's too complex. So the goals for 2025 for Bison Ridge Insurance are pretty straightforward. I want to increase revenue by 75%. That means bring in, 75% more revenue than what I currently have. That would put our current revenue, or that would put our revenue at the end of 2025 at about $175,000 a year in revenue for the business, which would be a nice increase. That would put us right around where I expected us to be able to get to the $300,000 goal, especially if some of these other goals work out as well. So increasing revenue by 75%, that's goal number one. Goal number two, I looked back a little bit over the last day or two. That's kind of what I've been doing off camera, is looking at our reports and seeing what numbers we did this year. And leads are something that I noticed was down this year from the year before. I just got really used to people calling in. I got really used to not having to go out and find the business myself, and I want to change that this year, just because of the fact that is one thing that I can control, right? I can control my effort in going out and finding business. I got really used to just sitting back and allowing the business to kind of roll in, and which resulted in not as big of a year as I wanted 2024 to be. And I don't want to let that happen in 2025. So the way I can control that is to be able to control the output or the effort I put into bringing in new leads. So I want to have 40 new leads come in our pipeline every single year, or every single month. I apologize. That's 2 leads per day. It's really not that crazy. I mean, today's the 3rd, and I've had 3 leads come in so far this month. So, it's not insane and I haven't done really any outbound reaching out. So that's something that I think is very, very obtainable. I'm going to give an update on all of these at the end of each month. That's my plan. I'm going to give an update on our revenue, where we're at, how we're doing with leads. And then the last kind of final overarching goal, which is going to be the one that's not really easy to track, it's just something that I'm working towards, is I would love to have one salaried position here at the agency with myself at the end of 2025. So whether that be a CSR or a producer or a hybrid type of role, I'm not 100% sure on what that's going to look like. Most likely more of a CSR role that will then transition into a producer role. But by the end of 2025, I want to be in the position where we're able to bring that person on and have them a salaried role, which I think would be really, really important and really help us reach that 300,000 goal that we have before I turn 30. So for personal goals, as I mentioned in the clip earlier, I started going to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a Jiu-Jitsu class here in town. I've went twice this week and really, really enjoyed it. I think it's something I'm going to really dive into, and just knowing how my brain works, it gives me something to kind of focus on outside of work, which is a good thing. So one of my goals for my personal side of things is I want to go to 100 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes in 2025. That's 2 a week, actually a little bit less than 2 a week, but 2 a week is what I plan on, and I'm sure there's going to be weeks where I go to more, so that should be a completely easily attainable goal. Like I said, these are things I'm going to give updates on at the end of each month, just because it's a good accountability thing for myself. And then lastly is a spiritual goal that both my wife and I are doing together. We're going to read the Bible from cover to cover in 2025. We have this really amazing plan that we're following called the Bible Recap. It's on the Bible app. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. If you need any advice on any of that, I'd love to help you out or get you resources to help with that. But that's something that I think will affect me in every area of my life, and my relationship with God is of utmost importance to me. And so reading the Bible from front to back, I think, is a cool journey to go on, and I'm excited to do it with my wife. So that's the end of this video. Like I said, super excited to get back into it next week and be able to just kind of attack things full force again and get back into the flow of things. It's been weird with the holidays. Not a huge fan of, like I said, breaking up the work schedule. So big hugs, tiny kisses to my wife and boys, and we'll see you guys on the next video.